guys, I'm another Jurassic World Alive video, and after quite some time, we finally got the 1.8 update. Although I think 1.8, it doesn't seem like that long between 1.7 and 1.8. This might be one of the shorter update cycles. But anyways, it's out, and there's some pretty interesting stuff in here. As at least from what I've heard around the community, not a lot of people were too thrilled with 1.7. Not only, some of the features that it brought, and also the very unfortunate bugs and stuff that came with the update, which obviously didn't help with the playing experience overall. So hopefully 1.8 can fix a lot of that. So let's get into this. So a quick overview of stuff that's in 1.8. You got sanctuaries, the revamped seasonal PvP stuff, a slight geolocation tweak, some ability updates, new abilities, new hybrids, some core mechanic updates, which is pretty huge, some creature updates, and some other stuff, bug fixes, etc. So if you look over all this new stuff, I think the first thing you'd notice is that we don't have any new creatures at all, which every single update up to now has always brought us some new creatures. So this update does not have any new creatures, which might not actually be bad at all. Even though, some new creatures would be nice. I thought, like, after 1.7 they pushed out some Cenozoic creatures. They would keep on going down the Cenozoic path to add some more, but looks like they didn't. And we're not getting new Cenozoics, we're not getting new dinos either, so rip Giga, we're still not getting Giga, or any of the others that folks want, but hey, it could also be a good thing. That, no new creatures means you don't dilute incubators that much, you don't dilute spawns that much, and also one other point is, no new creatures means there's a higher percentage of dinos in the game that have hybrids in comparison to the ones that don't. And then that just means, more and more dinos have hybrids. And then the dinos that you encounter very likely will have a hybrid, each one that you do encounter. So, there's that as well. Anyways, let's go over all of this stuff. So starting with sanctuaries. Sanctuaries, if you guys play Pokemon Go, it's kind of like the buddy Pokemon system, except you have to work a bit more harder, I guess. I don't know. It depends on if you count walking around as hard work in comparison to, getting stuff from... Well, you do have to do a lot of interaction here, because it's like you build a sanctuary on the map, you put your dinos in there, and from what I've heard, you can only put non-hybrids in there. So for those of you who are thinking, and you could put multiple in there, but for those of you who are thinking, I'm going to put Magna in there, Pyritator, and Irritator, and then Dimetrodon or Pyroraptor all in there, I'm just going to get a boatload of Magna DNA. That's not happening. You can't do that. That was actually my first thought when I saw Sanctuary. So yeah, and by the way, this was data mine as well. That you cannot do, but you could put non-hybrids in there. And then the way to collect DNA is you have to get food and toy boxes and supply drops and stuff. And you could also get some from the free incubator, that's a 6-hour one. And then you just give your dinos foods and toys and all that stuff. And then they give you DNA in exchange. So that helps, especially for the arena exclusive dinos like Irritator, Berry Gen 2, and even tournament exclusives / event exclusive like Diplodocus and stuff that are harder to obtain otherwise. So there's that. You can level up the sanctuary, so you could put more dinos in there and earn more DNA with each action. And also you could also level up your sanctuary by getting sanctuary points from getting DNA reward for the creature that you care for. And yeah, so these foods and toys, they're like stuff that you get from supply drops, and they differ from each species. So like some dinos might like gyrospheres for some reason. Who would like to play with a gyrosphere? Maybe Indom, but you can't put Indom in there. I really don't know what dino would like to play with a gyrosphere. Tires, fish, and stuff. Fish probably would be Spino, right? Among other fish eaters, could be for those crocs as well, right? And then you have to work. You could also work together with other players and alliance members to improve your sanctuaries as much as possible. So they could also help upgrade your sanctuary, and then they could also collect some DNA from it as well. So it's like it's a cooperative thing, right? And placing a creature in a sanctuary, you will share with your alliance for a certain period of time. While it's shared, other alliance members can visit and interact with the sanctuary directly. Additional details: creatures stay in sanctuary for 48 hours. So when they come back, they'll give some DNA. So for the time that you put them in the sanctuaries, you can't really use them. But then again, it's mostly non-hybrid, so it wouldn't be too much of a problem if it was like hybrids, and you have to you want to get DNA for stuff on that are on your team, then you have to take them off your team, and then can't use them for 2 days. But it's limited to non-hybrids only, so you don't have to worry too much about that. Also, they can't be removed manually, so if you put them in there, you have to wait 48 hours. So unless you use, some of those non-hybrids, think twice before, don't really have to worry about putting them in. There are some non-hybrids that are potentially useful, like Dracoceratops Gen 2 and stuff, but yeah, that's about it. You can have maximum 4 creatures at the same time across all sanctuaries, and it depends on what level your sanctuary is. Also, you can't put creatures on the strike team in the sanctuary, that's obvious. Seasonal PvP, we got some revamps, got 3 new arenas: Lockwood Library, Gyrosphere, and Beach. New season every month. Personally, I just don't really care about the seasonal PvPs anymore, especially with the boosts and stuff. I honestly cannot care any more about this. So there's also a Ludia post on that. I'll try to link it in the description if you guys want to read more about that. Geolocations, there's really small migration, so that's not too big of a deal. Improved AR, there's more animations, which is low-key a really great feature. I really do like these animations for a lot of these dinos. Alright, this is the big bomb. So, ability updates. Dodge overhaul. So, this basically kills dodge. It really does kill dodge. Yeah, so before it used to be that, if you dodge, or if you use an evasive move, and then you have a percentage chance of dodging, for example, evasive stance or cloak, that's a 50% chance to dodge all damage, right? Unless you're hit by a null move or precise move or whatever. But if you're hit by a normal move, you have a 50% chance to dodge all damage. So you either take full damage or you dodge it and then take no damage. This new update to dodge makes it that it's either you take full damage or you take 33.3% of the damage. So even if you dodge, you still take damage. So even if you dodge, you're still taking 33.3% damage. So this really just makes dodge incredibly worse than it was before. Honestly, it's just the shields are just better at the moment. You have, for most moves, it's 50% dodge, right? There are a few 100% ones, the swap-in ones, right? So it really is better to have a guaranteed 50% shield instead of a 50% chance to only receive 33.3% damage. Dodge is it's just horrible right now. So all the dodging creatures have been rebalanced, so they got their stats updated or stuff, just so they don't go absolutely unusable, which that helps. So there's that. Also, Armor Piercing Impact. Finally, Armor Piercing Impact got a 1-turn cooldown. This is crazy. Like, Armor Piercing Rampage had a 1-turn cooldown. Rampage has a 1-turn cooldown. Defense Shatter Rampage had a 1-turn cooldown. And for some reason, Armor Piercing Impact had a 2-turn cooldown. Like, it's just worse than Defense, Shattering Defense, the Armor Piercing Rampage, of all the Rampages, it's just worse than all the Rampages for the most part, in that sense. And now it's equal to them. Alright, got some new abilities. Decel counter, 1 times damage, and also 50% speed reduction on the opponent. Deliberate Prowl, that's basically Prowl that doesn't have priority, I guess. Nullifying Rampage is null. That does 2 times. Shielding, a shielded decelerating strike. It's 50% shield for 1 turn, and then reduce target's speed by 50% for 2 turns. So that's a decent move. All right, let's get to the hybrids. Smileless Cephalosaurus. So I got this one right in my hybrid prediction video. So it's Packy plus Smilodon. It's a legendary dino. So, it's best when swapping out while dishing damage, which rivals that of the Earl Dominus. That's the text here, which leads me to believe it has 1.5k base damage. Average health hybrid, so should be... I don't know what average health is. It's probably like 3.7k to 4.2k. Can't really be higher than that. It's just around that range. It should be like high 3,000s, I guess, or at least over 3.5. And then, what else? Average health can be strategically placed as a creature that replaces one that you just lost. Swap and stun. Okay, so yeah, it also has swap and stun from Pachycephalosaurus. It has precise pounce from Smilodon still, and also rampage and run. Oh, which rivals that of Earl Dominus. If it's rampage and run, then the running move does not do that much damage. Oh, also, it's not 1.5 anymore. Earl Dom got an attack buff, by the way, just because Cloak got nerfed so much, so got an attack buff. Deliberate Prowl, so that's the Prowl without priority, so there's that. It's actually not bad. In some scenarios, you probably would rather have it not have priority instead. And anyways, it has Evasive Strike, so there's that. Which obviously got a huge nerf, which is a bit yikes. Anyways, Diplovenator. I think I got this one right as well. I can't remember if I said Conk or not. I probably did. So that's Diplo Gen 2 plus Conk. This one's actually decent. It has a definite strike, instant distraction, distracting impact, distracting rampage, and precise shattering counterattack. So it has 2 distracts so obviously you could stack those. And with distracting, well, actually no, it has 3 distracts. Instant distract, distracting impact, distracting rampage. Plus you get a precise shattering counterattack. So like you could just keep on distracting it and then like deal massive amounts of damage with precise shattering. So you could start instant distraction, then distracting rampage, and instant distraction again, then distraction, or no, you probably won't. Well, it depends on if you're faster. If you're slower, then you probably would want to go for instant distraction. If not, then you could go for distracting impact. And then, or you change towards that, and then distracting rampage is up again. So it's a great. It's a great. It looks like a really good dino. Sungaya. Oh, it does have average attack, good health, and low speed. So expect something, some stat lines close to Conk. Anyways, Sungaya. So that's Sungariptus plus Miragaya. At first glance, it really seems like it's not that great, but the more you look into it, it's actually not bad. So Miragaya was already good, so this one might be better than Miragaya. Anyways, it has shielding, accelerating strike, so shield and decel. It's a great move, one of the better moves in the game. Also, it's still kept regen at average health, so it should have a bit more health than Miragaya, so that's good. Also has decel counter and Thagomizer. So remember, its decel counter still does damage, so that's good. So hopefully it just keeps its base damage, right? Also has Thagomizer, so it has decel counter, Thagomizer, and shielding, accelerating strike, like 3 slowing moves. There's no way your opponent's gonna be slower or faster than the Sungaya unless it's immune or cleanse or whatever. It has so many slowing moves, it's absolutely crazy. So there's that. A bit redundant, but hey, whatever. Also, 125 speed. That's great. Also, 15% armor, which Miragaya doesn't have. Also, Ferocity Strike. Because why not? It looks really, really great, honestly. These new legendaries are looking really, really nice so far. Anyways, moving on. Terraquetzal. That's also a legendary. So it's Pteranodon plus Quetzal. So this one's it keeps Pteranodon's counter attack, which I think was an armor piercing counter, if I remember correctly. And then it basically just puts 2 of the flyers together, right? So has Superiority Strike, long protection, null impact, impact and run. It has swap and dodge as well. It says avoid imprecise blows thanks to swap and dodge. Come on, it doesn't avoid it. You still take the damage. It just doesn't hurt as much. And then you also have the counter alarm piercing counterattacks. So there's that. I'm not too hot on Pteroquetzal. It doesn't seem that great, honestly. Carnotaurus, or however you pronounce this. So this is Warho plus Purtaurus, which Purtaurus was probably the best, if not the second best, epic hybrid in the game, and combined it with Wurosaurus, which is among one of the best non-hybrids in the game, so this should be really great, and it is really great. Fodder told me he doesn't think it's that great. I don't know why. It looks absolutely awesome to me. So, going over its stuff. It has long protection, instant distraction, so that helps, especially with its counter. It has Superiority Strike, which that's huge. Just imagine. Let's not even talk about this thing. Let's just imagine Purtaurus with Superiority Strike. That's crazy. And before we get into any other, it still has greater random counterattack, right? So you have those stalling moves with long protection and instant distraction, and then you could stall with that and still have greater random counterattack. That's 33% per turn. That's pretty crazy. And it still has precise rampage if you just want to just throw out damage. 20% armor as well. This is absolutely crazy. This is probably going to be one of the best dinos in the game. Without seeing its stats, this move set is worthy of S tier, but we'll have to see its stats still, right? Anyways, moving on. We got our first unique here, Ardentis Maxima, or however you pronounce it. That's Ardent plus Brachy, which just 2 sauropod tanks, I guess. This unique resilient sauropod is immune, so it still has immune, which is great. It has more health now with Brachy. Unfortunately, it didn't inherit any armor, which Brachy had, which Ardent kind of needed. But then again, it gave it more HP. Biggest problem with Ardent is Ardent's HP was kind of bad. It doesn't. It's kind of like a tank, but it doesn't really tank damage. It dies pretty quickly. So, anyways, still a good crit chance and access to reliable damage thanks to definite rampage. So that's great. Still has has D-Cell Strike and D-Cell Impact, so double slow, which is a bit redundant still, but whatever. And then instant invincibility. So it's overall a great set. I'm not too hot on this one either. Last new hybrid, Quetzalcoatl. So that's the that's Tanny plus that Terra. Not Terra. A Pteranodon plus Quetzal hybrid thing. So makes this, and then it has one. Basically, it's telling us it has 131 speed, swap and dodge and sidestep, which aren't really great moves. Which you know what, they're really mediocre moves, man. It's kind of sad. Although sidestep, that would probably make it the best dino on the field for most of the time. Anyways, has armor piercing strike, which is okay, I guess. Long protection, or no, it ditched long protection and now has long invincibility, and then null rampage. Yeah, I don't like this dino either. It looks like it's gonna be the boss. It's kind of funny that the great ones in 1.8 all seem like it's gonna be a few of these legendaries. Diplovenator looks great, Sungaea looks great, and then the uniques are they're kind of meh. Anyways, we're at this point we're kind of used to mediocre uniques now. Anyways, another core mechanic update. Well, I wouldn't say another, but a core mechanic update. The crit multiplier goes from 1.5 to 1.25, so that massively hurts dinos that are that have decent crit chances. But all these dinos got base stat upgrades or improvements, I guess, or most of them at least. So it's actually not that bad. Honestly, a lot of these dinos probably even got better thanks to the base stat updates. Some of them just had slight updates, but for the most part, a lot of them got some really decent updates. So anyways, creature updates. I'm not going to go over all of them, just a few important ones, I guess. You see all these dinos with high crit chances, like Allo, Alocino, they all got base stat upgrades, right? Ardon's HP got reduced. That's pretty funny. Yeah, you see Baryonyx, Argent, Barry Gen 2, all got updates. Blue is an interesting one. Attack got an increase, slight HP increase, and then basic attack, it becomes distraction, and then pounce becomes precise pounce. That's actually not too horrible. It helps a lot, I guess. What else? Conch. No, it's not relevant. Diplodocus, Dracoceratops. Okay, this is the big one. This is the bomb. Dracoceratops and Draco Gen 2 got their swap in Shadow Rampage, changed into swap in Rampage. This is probably the biggest thing that's going to happen in 1.8. The Dracoceratops was one of the best items in the game, and now that kind of hurts it. Although swap, don't get me wrong, swap in Rampage is still a lot of damage on a really, really strong mechanic. So it's still going to deal, and it got an attack increase too. It's going to do 2,440 damage on a swap-in. That's above priority. That's still going to hit you. The only thing is it just doesn't go through armor and shield. It's still very, very, very strong. Don't be an idiot and just say it's garbage now. It's still really, really strong. So there's that. Also, Draco Gen 2, same thing, except didn't get any other buffs to compensate. What else? Inosuke's got Slowing Strike. That's not too relevant. Elasmotherium got a huge nerf. I don't know why. Earldom got obliterated this patch. Dodge got hurt so much. Crit got nerfed. Earldom is yikes right now. Anyways, Gemini Titan, huge attack, a buff to 1.5k. There's that. All these dinos got buffs due to the crit nerf. Indoraptor got hurt a lot too, with crit and dodge, right? Magna got hurt. HP got reduced to 3,210. That's a massive nerf on Magna, which hurts it a lot. But then again, it was already really, really good, so it's not too horrible. Mirror Gaia Shielding Strike change into Shielding Decel Strike, so this is pretty crazy as well. Monometrodon HP is now that attacking. It doesn't matter too much, honestly. Monomimus, they realized it was too much of a meme. It's Meme-a-Mimus, so they brought its HP back a bit. There it goes. And Monoceratops, it got some weird changes, I guess. Null Strike becomes distraction, and then HP increase, attack increase. The bold parts are all increases due to either dodge or dodge changes or the crit changes. So just keep that in mind. Ornithomimus. What else? Hermalock got an attack increase, so that helps a lot. The Terrorbird got a huge damage increase, but then again, evasive hurts it. Also, Procerathomimus, huge buff for Procerathomimus. Despite dodge being nerfed, it doesn't really Procerathomimus. You rarely use dodge anyways, so this is a huge buff for Procerathomimus, which already is an absolute monster. So yeah, there's that. Terravexus, slight attack decrease, huge HP increase. Brought back Swap and Wound. Doesn't matter. It's still not that great. Pyrrhitator is actually better now. It got much better for the most part. Starcorexes doesn't matter that much. What else? Smilodon, Spinonyx, Spinosuchus. Stegoceratops got Slowing Strike, so there's that. And also an attack decrease. I don't even know if that's a buff or not, honestly. Stegorex got a huge HP increase, which helps. Stegod, attack increase, that helped as well. What else? Suctator, attack increase, that's irrelevant. Just because of the crit thing, right? And then you got all your other crit attack increases. Thor got a slight increase. Oh, where's Tanato, dude? Tanato got shafted so hard. Last patch it got a slight attack nerf, and then and Thorodolsaur got a slight attack buff, and this time Thorodolsaur got another slight attack buff, and Tanatorix got nothing, and then it's crit got nerf. What the heck, Ludia? And Trico got slight attack increase. Triceratops got a decent attack increase, actually. And Rex, Rection 2, Tyrannosaur, those are all due with their crit changes, so a lot of these don't matter. A few of these are good. Triceratops is a good buff. Thor is a pretty big nerf. Trico is a decent nerf. So yeah, there's that. Renex, HP increased to 3750, which that's good. That's what, 100 or something? Around that. So that helps Renex. There's now a video player, which is cool. Please put my videos in there, Ludia. if you want. Alright. Mail, there's like a new mailbox button on the map now. And fix some bugs. Some POIs that were missing, put them on. There's a crashing issue. Reduce the overall lag caused by Cenozoic for shaders. That's great. A lot of people have been complaining about that, so hopefully this fixes that. Last one with Ethereum. Oh my god, starting last one with Ethereum is absolutely horrible. It's probably one of the hardest, rarest to dart in the game, and I'm glad that they changed that. So, anyways, that's gonna be it for this one. 1.8 patch notes. Overall, I'd say it's a good patch. For those who don't like a lot of the RNG factors, which I personally like the RNG factors, but those who don't like it, they might enjoy this patch. I like Sanctuaries. Farter doesn't like them for some reason. I love Sanctuaries. Sanctuaries looks great. Seems great. Seasonal PvP, I could not care less about it. Geolocation, overall, the new hybrids, the uniques are not hype at all. But Sungaea, Diplovenator, you know, these are great. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. 1.8 would be pretty cool. So anyways, that's me for this one. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.